We have a beautiful gallery wall of artwork on the ground. So we need to get this up on the wall. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a bit of a nail in the wall first, apologize later person. I am not going to talk about finding studs for hanging your gallery wall. I'm not going to talk about anything technical. Please ask for help if you need to for doing those types of things. Please do them if you need to. I am going to just show you a technique of getting these pieces on the wall. When I have something that is a large piece, I definitely find the studs. I make sure I have very heavy duty hanging materials. But for smaller pieces, they're lightweight and I just go for it. Most of the time I eyeball it, and I have done this so many times now that I would say 80% of the time it's great. And I'm very smug. And then 20% of the time it doesn't work out and it's really annoying and it's not great and there's holes in the walls. So if I was not filming a class on how to do this, I, to be honest, would guess and just go for it. But I want to show you a real way of doing this with 100% success rate. This is the proper way to go about it. What we are going to do is we are going to take paper or newsprint and we are going to cut out the shapes of our art. We are basically making a little floor plan for ourselves. So on the floor you have your artwork and you're going to actually trace it onto the paper. And you're going to cut these out. We're going to have all the shapes of the artwork that is on the floor and we're going to mirror that onto the wall. This way we know exactly how big the art is and exactly what it needs to look like on the wall. We're going to tape them up. So I'm hanging this art gallery wall above my couch. So I'm going to use the height of my couch and go up a little bit from there. One rule of thumb, if you're hanging work that has no anchor point like a couch or piece of furniture, is you want it to be 57 inches from the ground. This is the average eye level. So 57 inches is a good benchmark for you. We also want typically 3 to 5 inches between the pieces on your gallery wall. And we need to keep it consistent. That is the hard part of hanging a gallery wall. It can look really off if things aren't spaced properly. So we are going to tape our paper art to the wall first, and we're going to measure to get it properly spaced. We want the 3 to 5 inches in between so that they look nice and even. By doing this sort of roadmap floor plan for ourselves, it really helps with this process. So each piece you have is most likely going to have a different hanging device on the back. Unless you framed it yourself and you know exactly that each wire is hanging 3 to 5 inches down, you're going to need to make sure you flip each piece around and use your measuring tape to find where that nail needs to be in the wall. You're going to flip it, you're going to pull the wire up where the nail would be, and you're going to then measure on your paper art where that nail needs to go. You're going to mark this in the middle of the work with the pencil, again using your measuring tape. Now we're going to use picture hooks like this, and you want to have the picture hook at the bottom of that pencil mark, because that is exactly where the wire is going to hang. So you've nailed up your paper art and you want to take off the paper now. If you have an art piece that is coming and it's not quite arrived, you can always leave up this paper art. It makes a nice placeholder and you'll know it'll be replaced. If you haven't ordered your art, it'll motivate you to get that going. So once you have your paper art down, we're going to actually put our art up. So our art goes up, and once our art is all hung, you want to use a level. If you don't have one, you can eyeball this, but we want to make sure it's straight. This is the other thing about a gallery wall. They are so fun to put up, but we have to make sure that they are spaced well and they are straight, because a lot of people, that is what their eye will go to if it's a little bit off. One trick I have is I use sticky tack at the bottom corners behind your artwork to keep it straight all the time. So I kind of stick it to the wall. And that is it. Oh my goodness, you have art on your walls. This is amazing. This was so much work and you did it. please take a picture and post it in the project section below. Let us know what gallery layout you chose for your project. In the next lesson, I'm going to walk you through how to post this up because it's so fun to be part of the community and see everyone's gallery walls. I can't wait. I'll see you in the next lesson.